Hey everyone, welcome to the Multiverse. What the fuck's the name of our show? We're graphic multiverse. The website is graphic. Fuck, we are in for a rough ride.
We're good.
And hello everyone, welcome back to what I can only assume is the Multiverse. I'm your host Paul, joined with Jay.
Hi.
And Chandler.
Hello.
And boy, do we have oodles to talk about. Such as musicals and interactions with the police, but also we're going to be talking about the San Diego Comic-Con and all of the big news that came with it. So sit back, buckle up, pour yourself a nice glass of Diet Coke.
Ew. Dude, I got my fucking Tropicana Essentials Probiotic Mango Pineapple Juice right here.
Ooh,
that's
a
lot of descriptors.
Yeah, because the first part's just the label name, and the other one's the flavor.
It's like good. You can taste all the nouns.
It's chunky.
With a hint of a pronoun, too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's thick.
Don't assume their gender.
Alright. So, what do we
Seriously,
want to
though,
first?
Well, I want to dive into the Marvel news.
Okay. Which one? Because they had fucking 45 minutes of it.
I mean, that was basically the thing I was waiting for the most. And that was the first thing that popped into my head. And I'm sure our listeners are eagerly anticipating what our thoughts were about the first thing that popped into our head about San Diego Comic-Con. Oh my god! Phase 4. Where we were in the end game, now we're past the end game, now we're pre-gaming, which explains the intro. Yeah,
let's
phase
get fucked up.
4. Shots,
everybody!
That would be amazing if Kevin Feige walked out to the stage and was just like...
He'd be so dead.
I was raising the roof.
He would be.
He
would
very
be a dad.
bad.
Yes, he is.
Just walk out, do the stanky leg, and be like, "Hey, what's up, you kids? That was a pretty wild ride we had in Phase 3.
How about that Thanos, huh?
We watched Spider-Man. I bet you fuckers did."
Now, okay, here's something interesting. I was going to bet good money that we were gonna see another Spider-Man title.
I mean, it's still early-ish, I guess.
I mean, because
they don't want to tease it. They don't want to blow their whole wad. You know.
That's true. They're webbing. They're wad of webs.
Yeah, they're thwipping.
Flip.
Because it's only for the next 2 years that they have these announcements for, right? Goes from 2020 to 2021.
Well, what's interesting to note is that when you have the Phase 4 timeline, it's not just the films, but it's the Disney Plus shows.
Right.
That are considered...
Yeah, I like that.
I think so, too. I like it, too, because it's different than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Netflix shows. I feel like this is going to be, like... Yeah, full-on integrated into what we know as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I'm really excited for, I believe, the first film coming out of Phase 4 is The Eternals.
I thought it was Black Widow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Black Widow. It's Black Widow. Sorry, staying corrected. Black Widow.
First.
Yeah, and Black Widow's, I guess it's like a prequel, sort of. Like, it takes place after Civil War.
It's like an interquel.
It takes place after Civil War?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think part of it is her being on the run from the Sokovia Accords.
Okay.
And for that reason, I think the past kind of catches up with her because she's wanted by, like the U.S. is no longer harboring her or protecting
she doesn't
her
have
or whatever.
Protection, all that, blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited for Black Widow. I kind of wish I like when things are chronological. So I kind of wish we got it after Civil War, but that's nitpicky. That's a minor complaint. I think either way, I'm down for it.
I feel very meh. I'm not really excited for the movie for the most part. It's kind of like they're throwing it in there to throw Black Widow a bone. I don't like.
No way. No, I don't see it that way.
Like, they're kind of having a Black Widow movie just to have a Black Widow movie.
Well,
They've been talking about it for years, though. It's not just like out of nowhere.
Right. No, I get that. I'm not saying it's like they're doing it to be like, hey, look, we got another female superhero. It's just kind of it. I don't know. It feels weird. I haven't seen it. My expectations aren't high. They're not low. They're kind of shooting for the middle. It's kind of be like a friend and I were talking about it. And Ryan, if you're listening, this is our conversation. It feels like it's gonna be the Solo of the Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like the Han Solo movie wasn't very good. It wasn't very bad. It was very like par of the course. And when you think about the movie, you're not going to be thinking back and being like, man, Black Widow was amazing compared to like Endgame or anything like that. And I'll say I don't like Taskmaster's costume design so far. It looks very like bro that does parkour, I guess. Because it's wearing one of those like skull face mask things that paintballers wear with like the visor goggles. But that's just me. You guys can be happy about it and excited.
Okay. I mean, I'm pretty excited.
Well, I was. Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome.
It's like when I have like I'm excited to have like it's like another straight action flick with espionage, because like what I like that I think that it's cool that Marvel's doing like smaller genre movies and not just like big like superhero movies. It's kind of like they're kind of like showing their range, kind of like how like Civil War, Winter Soldier was more like spy thriller espionage, and like that was like one of my favorite Marvel movies because like they just tried a different genre but it's still set in a superhero world. So I'm excited to see more of that. Same thing with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's going to be like kind of like a horror movie. So that's going to be like really interesting to see how we have our beloved Marvel characters in different backdrops, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. I do think that. I mean, I agree. Winter Soldier is one of, if not the best Marvel movie that they've had, and like
agreed.
We'll obviously get into it another time. But for me, Spider-Man felt like it wasn't really trying to be a huge blockbuster, but just like a straight comic book movie. So if they're trying to just stick with like fun individual stories that like seem like they're comic booky, where it's like, this thing is misleading you to think this way, and like boom, smack, pow, all of a sudden like double crossed by like somebody you didn't expect or something like that. Like that'd be really cool if they continue to do that sort of thing.
Okay.
I'm excited. I've at this point, over 10 years and 22 movies now, I feel like any movie that I thought for sure like wouldn't work did. The fact that I've enjoyed 2 Ant-Man films, 2 Guardians of the Galaxy films, and 3 Captain America movies, and 4 Avengers films. I thought for sure all of those were going to be either really good or really bad, and so far they've nailed it. So I'm curious to see. I mean, I do kind of feel like it is kind of like that Marvel or Disney or whoever was sort of, I think, hesitant to dive into a female-led movie, and I think we're sort of getting this as a result of Wonder Woman. That's what it kind of feels like to me. Okay. I mean, but they have talked about they've talked about Black Widow for a long time now, so I agree with you on that point, Chandler, that they were talking about it. I think that with Wonder Woman, I think they were able to finally be, okay, this can work. Let's do Captain Marvel. Let's do Black Widow. That's sort of, but again, it's like nitpicky. I'm just glad we're getting it because they're great stories, and I do like that for this phase we're going into, which I think has always worked well for Marvel, is kind of doing the lesser known stories.
Right.
Totally.
I mean, again, Iron Man, not a household name back in 2008, and then the movie came out. Now everyone knows. And I was worried about that movie too. I thought we were gonna have like another Ang Lee Hulk on our hands, and I'm so glad it didn't pan out that way.
I'll say about Ang Lee's Hulk, there was one moment that I thought was real funny. When Hulk is fighting the Hulk dogs, and one of them bites him in the crotch, and he rips the thing off and then punches it in the balls.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
sucker.
don't even remember that.
Yeah, that one scene stuck out in my head, and I just thought that was funny.
Wow.
Bad movie, though. Very bad movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ang Lee
Yeah.
was the Hulk, too.
Really? Like mocapped?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
He was doing all, like, the facial expressions and stuff like that, even though, like, they didn't really have the facial expression technology. He was the one moving around on the set.
Interesting.
Yeah. Still a bad movie.
Yeah.
Well,
So, after Black Widow, we got Eternals.
Wait, sorry, quick question. Was
Yes.
Ed Norton's Hulk involved in the MCU? Is that an MCU movie canon?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it has,
General Ross.
exactly, yeah. Which I was happy they brought
Okay.
back William Hurt, because that was a nice way to kind of reconnect present movies with the past there. And, you know, and I
We had
would
Robert
love
Downey
to...
Jr., too.
Right. So I'm hoping we kind of get more. Like, I think they should bring back the leader. Like, you kind of see his origin in that movie.
Yeah.
He was his pen pal, Mr. Blue.
Yep.
I would like to see him come back. And Abomination, I mean, because he didn't die.
Right.
So, no reason why they couldn't have him come back.
If they wanted to do more Hulk stuff, they definitely have a lot they could do with. And, like, I think one of the really cool things that they could do is have a She-Hulk movie and have the Hulk be a supporting character. And just do, like, the blood transfusion thing at the beginning and focus more on her. And that'd be real neat. And have the leader be the villain in that. Have him trying to, like, switch bodies with the Hulk like he always wants to do. Have the mind and the body for power and have her help out.
Yeah. And I would like to see a Hulk movie where we're not doing the Lonely Man, where it's like Hulk on the run. Like, he's just, like, I like how he's kind of like a celebrity.
Right.
It was like, Hulk out. Like, I'd love to see, kind of more of that down the line. But, no, Eternals I'm excited about because I know nothing about the Eternals.
Same. I was gonna ask you guys.
I mean, the Eternals, I read the Neil Gaiman comic. God, when was that? Like, it was...
Like 2002 or something.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
They have a real neat cast for it, though.
They do. Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, just all the old guard.
The old guard. I also like they're bringing Rob Stark from Game of Thrones, Richard Madden.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to be in it. And I also I am a very big fan of Kumail. I feel bad. I can't pronounce his name. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? He's in the Stuber movie. And
Kumail.
he was in the big
Kumail.
Nanjiani.
Yes, I love him.
Yeah, he was
apparently
really great.
not enough to say his name, but I'm excited to see his involvement with that.
He's a great stand-up, too.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, and, I just remember reading it, and I think if I remember correctly, I think it deals... I remember it was kind of very Kirby-esque, and that it kind of deals with, like, the Celestials and stuff like that. I read the Neil Gaiman thing once. I liked it, but Marvel didn't kind of have it be an ongoing. Like, it was a retelling, but it was set in modern times, and things that happened in the book were affecting other titles at the time. Like, I remember the story ends with this giant Celestial just standing in a park in San Francisco, and then when the X-Men are in San Francisco, either you would see that fucking Celestial being in the background, or talking about it in some way. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's definitely going more down a more cosmic route.
So do you think that they're going to be setting up Galactus as the next big thing? Or do you think they're not even going to have a next big thing?
I don't think they do that without Fantastic Four.
Well, they have they've teased for the Fantastic Four, haven't they, with San Diego
Yeah,
Comic-Con?
totally.
Yeah, and they did announce that was going to be happening. It wasn't going to be a
Right.
Phase 4 thing, but it's on the horizon. And I think there's a little nod to mutants as well.
Right.
But I will say I didn't really kind of get like a theme from Phase 4.
Right. The only theme would be that it's kind of cosmic
Marvel.
and things like that.
Yeah, because you get. I mean, yeah, because you have your grounded Black Widow.
Yeah.
You got your Celestials, and I mean, we get Black Panther 2, Guardians 3, Captain Marvel 2.
I mean, do you think they're going to be like interconnected like the Infinity Saga? I feel like they're probably just like this is just going to be more like a world building kind of like phase, and
Yeah.
kind
I mean,
of like exploring other corners of the universe.
It
That's
could.
what
I mean,
I think.
that's one thing I've noticed is that it doesn't look like it's leading into anything like the way the other 3 phases were. Like, there's no like, the Eternals and Black Widow and Hawkeye and Thor and Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi
Like,
formed the new Avengers. Like it's
Yeah.
I think it's like I think Eternals, Doctor Strange, and Thor will all be leading to celestial stuff.
They may have like smaller clusters of like interconnectivity.
Yeah. I also realized too. I'm looking at the Phase 4 picture from, San Diego Comic-Con. I'm actually not seeing a Captain Marvel. I don't know why I thought I heard, or at least
It was kind of just like a rambling off stuff that he didn't put in the presentation at the end, like, oh, and we're doing Marvel, and we're doing Mutants, and we're doing Black Panther.
So
and we're doing that.
maybe this isn't
Nothing
all
great
of
about
maybe this isn't all of Phase 4 then.
Yeah,
maybe
like the first like half.
Yeah, you know how sometimes seasons they're in 2 parts. Maybe that's what we're getting here, because we got Black Widow Eternals, then we get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm excited about, and I'm so excited that Daniel Bruhl is coming back as Zemo, and apparently, in some of the reports that I read, he's rocking the purple mask at one point in one of the previews that they. I'm excited for that. That's in fall of 2020. Then moving on to February 12, I love that they're doing Shang-Chi. And I love that it's...
Shang-Chi.
See, that's what I love. I love that Marvel's doing, like, they're going way back in the pull box. But I also like that the subtitle and the Legend of the 10 Rings. Like, I love that they're tackling the Mandarin. And I think this is probably a good way
culturally appropriately this time.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a better way to do it. I think having an Asian character going up against an Asian villain and not having a white character whose whole might makes right going after, I think it's great, and I think it would be amazing if they somehow tie in Ben Kingsley somehow, only because they did that Marvel one-shot where the Mandarin hires these guys to kidnap him from prison.
Wasn't that the Iron Man 3?
It was well, yeah, and it was actually a feature on the Dark World Blu-ray.
So, do you think that Shang-Chi will take place prior, or do you think it'll take place after? Because if it takes place prior, then it'd be like the Mandarin. Maybe Ben Kingsley sees something go on and is like, Mandarin, huh? That seems like a cool name to go by, or something like that.
I hope it's
I'm
after.
sure it'll be after.
I hope
so. Because I don't want them kind of shoehorning things to the past to be like, oh, it was here all along. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, just move forward. I mean, he can talk about Tony Stark and all that shit. I'm down with that. I'm just hoping it's forward moving. And then after that, we got WandaVision, which I'm excited about because I thought we were going to see some sort of a tease for Vision being resurrected. So I'm sure this is going to be.
Honestly, I had no idea that WandaVision was just putting Wanda Maximoff with Vision. I was like, what the fuck is WandaVision?
Pre-order today and get your exclusive WandaVision glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a television kind of thing.
I had no idea.
I just love Paul Bettany, so I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Is that the dude that plays Vision? He's pretty solid.
He is pretty solid. And we also and then also in the spring of 2021 is Loki, which
Yep.
Again, interesting.
I just want to see how it ties into Endgame and his stealing of the Tesseract. So how that gets resolved.
I don't think that it's gonna.
Well, I feel like the series finale would be like Captain America taking back the Tesseract or something.
That would be
restore
cool.
the timeline, and then
That would
like
be
that'll
cool.
be the end of it. But yeah.
Maybe.
Or
Like, I don't
maybe
know, I
like,
think they just created a multiverse by like doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of been dicking around doing his own thing. Either that or like he's feeding himself information. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good idea, actually.
and
I don't know. All I know is that when he walked out on that stage, you could hear the fangirls go wild.
Sploosh.
Dudes.
yeah. I mean, Tom Hiddleston's too good to lose. And
He's
I'm
a really
glad.
good actor.
It's just interesting that because it's not going to be the same Loki that we saw evolve in the movies. Like
Right.
we're kind of going back to the Phase 1 Loki. So it'll be interesting to see how his character arc will be.
Do you think that they're going to do that bit with the what was it? They were joking around about it in Ragnarok, where it's like, oh yeah, one time he turned himself into a frog and then he leapt out he turned himself into a snake and then leapt out at me because he knew I love snakes and then he stabbed me in the gut. You think they'll try and?
I think it's
add
like
that
a
bit?
goofy. No, I think it's like a goofy aside to just like add to the dialogue.
Okay. 'Cause I think
Yeah.
that'd be real funny to see.
Yeah, what I've heard, it's kind of like a Quantum Leap type of scenario, which I loved Quantum Leap, and some of the what's the word I'm looking for? Some of like the pre-production art has like Loki in different time periods, so curious to see what he's
cool.
going to do with the cube. But I do like the idea of at some point him meeting up with Captain America, because there's no way Steve Rogers would have let a loose end with Loki running around with the cube,
Right.
So it actually would be kind of cool if I don't know, like kind of piggybacking off of what you said, Chandler, about Steve catching up with him at the end. And if there's like a Loki season 2, it could be, I don't know, like Loki and Captain America up against Kang the Conqueror or something like that. One of the time travel overlords or whatever. I don't know.
Well, also like main timeline Loki's dead, so you can just probably bring him back as a prisoner to main timeline and just have him like exist.
Yeah.
They could always introduce death or like have some stuff going with Hela.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. I mean, and who knows? I mean, this, depending on how Loki pans out, it might lend credence to what happens in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I love that Natalie Portman is back as Jane
Me too.
Foster, as coming back as Thor. And I'm glad that they didn't we're just going to have some other female character lift the hammer. Like, I'm glad it's Jane Foster because it's so great in the comic. But Mjolnir was destroyed, so it's like maybe the result of the time travel with Loki may result in a present day Mjolnir, or I don't know.
Maybe
But I'm
it'll
all
be
for
it. What's his name? Beta Ray Bill's hammer. That she'll get or something like that. Something similar to that design.
Or like the doors can they probably can't. I mean, they probably still forge another one. I mean, they did all that for Stormbreaker and Endgame, so.
It would be funny if
in Infinity War.
Peter Dinklage's character was just like, I saw you were really sad without your hammer, so I made you a new one. I gave
That's
it
a
to
really
your
good impression.
girlfriend."
Could be.
Why you mad?
Pretty much.
Why you mad, bro? But I want to. But I'm also excited for this Multiverse of Madness thing with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Ew.
And I know they've been trying to do, because I remember before, for the first Doctor Strange, they kind of wanted it to be spooky and scary, and I think they didn't want to introduce the character that way. So hopefully, this movie is the horror movie that the director wanted to make the first time around.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the first one was not spooky and scary at all.
No.
Well, I mean, they had to make it palatable for the mass audiences. So
Right.
I can
Yeah, that's
understand
that's
choice.
what I'm thinking. I think they just didn't want the intro to be, because then they're always going to affiliate Doctor Strange with, oh yeah, that scary guy, from or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, they should get Bill Skarsgård for it then.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And of course, I'm excited for the
Imagine Doctor Strange versus Pennywise.
Oh boy.
Imagine Doctor Strange versus Pennywise.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
It'd be pretty neat.
Hi there, Steven. Would you like a balloon?
Be away, demon!
Yeah. Does Steven like popcorn? Pop, pop, pop.
Oh God, that's like really good, Paul.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for that, and of course the What If, because I love the What If comics, and I think it's cool that it's animated and that the majority of the actual cast is going to be reprising their voices.
That's really cool.
For some of this.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's not all of them, but it's like a good chunk. Like, I saw a list about like who's going to be in it, but I guess each episode is going to kind of it almost kind of sounds like it's going to be like a fun version of Tales from the Crypt, but instead of the Crypt Keeper, it's the Watcher.
That's
Who's
pretty
gonna-
funny. And they got a really famous voice. Did they get the head Lannister dude from Game of Thrones to do the voice?
Tywin Lannister?
Yeah, whoever plays him.
Oh,
I forgot his name.
as the Watcher?
Yeah.
No, they've cast. I forget his name, but he was in Westworld and Hunger Games.
I could have sworn they said that he was in Game of Thrones. Maybe I misheard, because I watched the thing earlier.
Yeah. I don't know, but I know they have I know Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas are gonna come back. Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan. Haley Atwell, Sebastian Stan, Toby Jones.
Thanks to renew Agent Carter.
Yeah, I know. Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Natalie Portman, Taika Waititi as Korg, which is great. Jeff Goldblum, Josh Brolin, Mark Ruffalo, Sam Jackson, Jeremy Renner, and Dominic Cooper, who was Howard Stark. So those are pretty much kind of bummed to not see Robert Downey or Chris Evans, but I can also kind of see if they're trying to maybe distance themselves from this. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm down, especially, I don't know, I'm so curious to see what the possible stories could be. Like, I don't know, like what if Civil War ended differently, or if, I don't know. All I know is I'm excited.
You just see like Thanos making out with Death.
Yeah.
And Deadpool shows up and like cockblocks him.
Yeah. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm super excited. First of all, I love that font. Like, I love how they're kind of like with Ragnarok.
The 80s.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I love that. I love it. I love that Valkyrie is the first gay Marvel character.
They're making her bisexual? And they're making her bisexual.
Or bisexual. So when you're... So that's still kind of gay. It's like 50% gay. Half gay, yeah.
Okay.
So...
Marvel's first half gay.
Stop dipping your toes and just jump in already.
Bye now, gay later.
Yeah, well, because I read, what was there saying something about how now that Valkyrie is like queen of New Asgard, she needs a queen, and that's kind of part of the story, I guess. I wonder, I think it'll be her and Jane Foster. Maybe Jane Foster's bi.
That's one like a really funny courtship sequence.
Yeah. Getting to know you.
She's so cute.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's a pretty fantastic lineup. I'm just kind of curious to see, what else is on the horizon, because there's no way we're gonna have a Phase 4 without. I don't know, like, or I guess maybe we could. I don't know, but I'm hoping that there's some sort of a thing that we're moving towards as far as in Hawkeye.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
With Kate Bishop.
Woo.
It's
I
weird.
want Young Avengers though.
Yeah. I want to know how they're going to do this, because the Matt Fraction Hawkeye series, which I loved, is like a single, Clint Barton living in, Manhattan or Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we have Hawkeye as like a family man, so I'm curious to see what it's going to...
Yeah.
I just want him to be a dad. with all of his like sleeve tattoos now and shaved head.
Yeah. That would be funny if like when they snapped, like half his tattoos disappeared.
Like, Dad, what happened to you? Just like
I said half of all life. God damn it.
Just don't worry about it, sweetie.
That would have been a funny parting thing. Be like, Tony, like, why'd you take away my tattoos? And Tony being
my
like,
tattoos don't feel so good.
I hated them.
It's free laser surgery. So, hey.
Too.
You rest now, Tony. You rest. You did the world good by getting rid of those fucking tattoos.
Those cost me $1,000 though. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Can you get my tramp stamp?
It's just Robert Downey Jr.'s face.
We also got Blade too.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that was next to this. I was very.
There's the second person in the MCU that's gonna have 2 different roles.
I was even like thinking about like Mahershala Ali as like Blade until I saw his like face. I was like, oh my god, that's totally Blade.
Yeah,
it's totally perfect.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah. I just think it's funny that he's Cottonmouth and Blade now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
care.
yeah, I think that the Netflix thing. I mean, I couldn't even work up the energy to watch Jessica Jones just because it's just like, what's the point?
I've heard
what?
It's
What do you
not
mean?
bad, but like, I feel very similar. I hated season 2.
Yeah,
so much.
Oh yeah, the mom thing dragged it down. I didn't like that. I didn't like it either.
I
but...
fucking hate Trish.
Well, I love Kristen Ritter. I think she's great as Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I think I couldn't watch it knowing that. I mean, it had been canceled before the fucking thing even aired, so there's that. And I think just knowing it was all coming to an end, it was like, I just didn't want to set myself up, especially, and I haven't seen it, so you guys can spoil it for me if you
I
have.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen 3 yet.
Oh, okay, because I was worried, like, fuck, if it ends on a cliffhanger, I'm gonna be mad.
I mean,
I'm sure they resolved it because they wouldn't do that.
Jessica, don't touch that.
Ending.
To be continued.
Right.
let me murder your mother again so that I can get superpowers, even better ones.
Oh God. So yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do it, but I don't know. I'm excited for this Disney Plus stuff. And I'm just excited to see what is in store. Especially, I don't know. I kind of wanted them to talk a bit more about the state of things after the Fox merger, you know? But then again, to be fair, it may just be too early. They're probably just like, we know we're doing Fantastic Four. Mutants someday.
Well, they said that they have no restrictions now.
They don't.
I believe he said that. Like, we have no restrictions. Anything is possible. Is something that he said.
Yeah.
Well, it's only good for us.
Right. I agree.
Seriously.
And like with all the Disney Plus stuff, like DC, I think is gonna have to step up their game for their original series things.
Oh man, dude, it's hard for me. I don't want to speak for all DC fans, but I know it's hard for me. Because I like DC. I'm one of those, like, it's like, are you a cat person or a dog person? Like, motherfucker, I can be both. I can like DC and Marvel.
Right.
You're interracial.
I just don't like a lot of the DC content, and I have the DC Universe app, but I gotta say that, Young Justice is great. I loved Swamp Thing, and then I found out they're gonna fucking cancel it. It's like,
it's probably too expensive.
It's stupid, is what it is. But the Harley Quinn cartoon looks pretty good. I think DC just needs to really lean into animation, because that's something they do well. Although I have,
cool.
I have my thoughts on Hush because I saw it. But I'll save that for another episode.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spoil anything because I have thoughts about the ending.
You'll spoil everything.
I liked Aquaman. I liked Shazam, but I liked those movies the way you would like crappy pizza. Like, it still tastes like pizza, and I like it. It's just not. I don't know if that analogy works.
So
it's okay.
So let me. It's like how I described going back to dairy after being dairy free for a few years.
Ooh, how was that transition?
Cheese, like eating pizza was a lot like sex. Like, even when it's not really good, you still had sex.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's sort of how it was. DC movies is like sex with pizza.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
A slice is a slice.
Hey.
That's a gross analogy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I want to take that back.
Yeah.
I'm grossed out by
We
myself.
gotta talk about the other trailers though that came out from San Diego Comic-Con. It is looking good. Can't wait to see how it ends. Can't wait to see how good it is.
It looks really cool.
Bring it on.
And
Part 9.
So,
but what's it?
The first
it?
teaser trailer that they had with like the old woman scene was so fucking creepy.
They just should have stopped there.
Yeah.
If that was like the one trailer they released, that would have been mwah.
If they like left that teaser until like a month out before the movie was coming out, then that would have been ideal. Because they have to like promote it a little bit more for people to be like, oh yeah, shit, that's coming out.
Yeah.
But like the mirror scene was like the Hall of Mirrors.
Oh yeah, with his tongue out.
Yeah, but like then just the creepy face with all the cracked glass that's there.
Yep.
I was curious as to if like the kid was going to be a part of his imagination, or if like it was straight up just going to murder a child in front of him. We'll find out in the movie itself, but like
we will.
And like the dude that they got for the chubby kid is real fucking handsome.
And what I like about the casting is that they look like the kids.
Right.
Like I could buy. Because sometimes you see some castings like, did he get into a car? Yeah, it's like, wait, so did this guy have like a car wreck and facial reconstructive surgery, and that's why he looks so different than the kid in the first part? Like, when they make those huge leaps. Like, well, the first part one was Joel Osment. Right. And then his grown-up counterpart will be Samuel Jackson. It's like, both talented. Don't get me wrong. How did?
What's your creative thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just I'm excited because I thought the first half of it was so well interpreted. Yeah, I'm just excited. And I guess this one's supposed to kind of dive a bit more into Pennywise's past, which the book doesn't really dive into a lot, so I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to...
Isn't Pennywise just a monster? So he's like the person he's based off of?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's still going to be the monster elements, like as seen from part 1 and in the shots from the second trailer where you see these giant skeletal things when they go underground and... So I don't know. I just that last shot though of the trailer where you see him with like his like mask is all runny. It looks like it's old timey. Like I don't know if that's like a Depression era Pennywise.
It looks like face paint, and that he got cut with it like from his forehead down to match the makeup.
Yeah. So I don't know.
The red part of the makeup.
It's got me intrigued though. So well done, trailer.
Yeah, it looks real creepy.
Yeah.
I thought that the first one, like, the first movie looked creepier at first, but then was... I wasn't really creeped out by the first one, but I think I'm going to get creeped out by this one. But I'm also going in, like...
it's more like a child adventure movie than, like, a horror movie.
Right. I think, me wanting to get creeped out is going to maybe ruin it. I don't know. That might just be me.
Could be.
I want to get spooked.
Spook me.
I haven't gotten spooked in a while. I was supposed to see Midsummer, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. What else have we got? Picard.
I've never been super into Star Trek, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, Chandler, did you watch it? Yeah.
I only really watched Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I never watched Next Generation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Well,
I know the characters, but I just never
Right.
watch the show regularly.
I don't know a lot of what's going on. I just like that it's Patrick Stewart back as Picard, and Data is back at 7 of 9, the Borg lady. She's gonna be in it, and it looks good, and that's really all I care about. I'm there. I'm excited. Bring it on. Just to kind of go back to that joke for a second.
He's got a few movies coming out too. Patrick Stewart.
Really?
He's also going to be in Charlie's Angels.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's good to see that he's being a little active.
Yeah, totally. What is going on with that Cats trailer? Speaking of Patrick Stewart, I'm thinking
that
of...
was so creepy.
Should I watch it?
Yeah, you should.
Should I watch it right now?
It's just like very Uncanny Valley and like creepy and like.
It's just, I don't know. It's like, well, first of all, why?
People
Yeah.
keep sending
Who
me
asked
like
for this?
screen caps
yeah.
from it.
And but also, like, why done like that?
Right.
Like like the meeting of the makeup and the CGI is just like what the fuck are we doing?
It's not seamless. It's just
So
like
do you want me to watch it
feels
with volume on, or should I turn my mic off while I watch it and you just see my facial expressions?
up to you.
Paul?
Jay's reaction vid to the Cats trailer.
Yeah. That's that.
Multiverse exclusive.
Yeah, Capital One. That has to do with cats. Such a great part of it.
Good credit is important.
Well,
That's
part of
true.
it is about the spending patterns of cats.
Right. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, God. What? I've never seen cats, so like none of this makes sense to me.
Well, they're usually just like cat costumes, but like they like blended it to make it like they're actual like cat humans.
But like, these are weird. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know why they just didn't go with like the costumes and makeup like the theater play. It was just like
Furries are gonna
weird.
go fucking buck wild for this.
I don't think so. They're too like humanoid to appeal to furries.
I don't know if you said buck wild or fuck wild.
It's the same thing with them.
Yes.
Oh, James Corden's clothes in it. Why is Jason Derulo in it?
Why
is
is
anyone in
anybody? Yeah.
And Idris Elba, Ian McKellen? What?
Yeah.
They don't need the money. I don't know why they're in there.
They just fucking love cats, man.
They're huge cat people.
They're Rebel Wilson, dude.
Paul's lip syncing exclusive of Jennifer Hudson's rendition of Cats.
What the fuck?
So if we're getting a Cats movie, can we get a Thundercats movie?
Yes.
I
better.
want a Book of Mormon movie. Is that happening?
Probably not.
I've still never seen that. I gotta see
Oh,
that.
it's so good.
I want to see Book of Mormon, but like it's so expensive and like it's always in New York.
That's why they need to make it as a movie. Give it to the masses.
I've listened to the soundtrack too, and I absolutely love Book of Mormon.
It's so good, child.
Just raise your hands to
What'd
the
you
sky
think?
and say Has Adiga Ibuwai.
Yeah, it's good.
What did you think of the trailer, Jay?
Dude, this is really cringy.
You know, when I first saw, was it James Corgan? I
James
thought it was
Corden,
like,
yeah.
wait, is this fucking Cat in the Hat?
No, yeah, he does look like him, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like Dr. Seuss's Cats and Hats.
Well, his color scheme looks like the Penguin.
God, just
Like
the,
he's got the black on the arms and legs, but like a white belly and then a top hat.
good lord.
Are like the cats with the fur coats supposed to be like long hair cats?
I don't, dude. I have so many. Gross. Although
We need more world building, guys.
Although the funniest
I'm really
thing I saw
uncomfortable.
though, I saw a great meme of Ian McKellen in his cat's outfit,
Oh yeah.
and it's like, "We're the future, Charles, not them."
Yeah, Jeff posted that to my wall.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
And
that's
like I
fucking
had no
hilarious.
idea what the fuck it was. I was like, I don't get this reference. Now I do, and I don't.
Now you kind of wish you could go back to not knowing what the reference was.
Kinda.
Catmen.
Yeah, why is Taylor Swift like a fucking druggy cat pouring catnip onto people?
Why is
It just felt like it.
Why is any of it doing anything?
Why are there giant fucking mouse traps that Rebel Wilson puts her hand into? They're fucking cats.
Comedy.
Whatever.
No.
They should have just did like practical makeup and regular costumes. I don't know why they did CG. It's just like this is like not the property to experiment on it with it.
Oh,
Yeah, just why?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Good.
Well, now I'm just upset.
That's life.
Yeah.
Anyway, who the fuck is Brandon Ruth?
Oh,
What?
he
Yeah, Brandon Routh. He played Superman in like that movie back in like the 2004.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
never
when-
watched it.
He's also the Atom on Legend of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and he's gonna be the Kingdom Come
He
Superman
was in,
for
Yeah.
an episode of The Flash also.
Yeah.
Okay. I know who,
Who
he
the hell
now.
is Brandon Ruth?
Okay. Good for him. He gets to be Superman again.
He deserves it.
Does he though? I mean, fucking what's his name was so Henry Cavill. He was so like made for Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's just The Witcher,
Cutie patootie.
yeah.
Yeah.
which that trailer
So-
looks really fucking cool too.
Yep. Witcher looks amazeballs.
I never played the video games, but I will watch the Netflix show for it.
Yeah, I will too.
Although I've seen some funny stuff that's like, man, you guys can't even get him riding a horse right. What the fuck? And it like shows him mounted on a horse, but in the Witcher video game, it's like the horse is on top of his head floating.
Okay.
It was a very bugged game.
Jeez. And they were also books too, weren't they?
I could tell you.
Yeah, I think it's originally a book, and like someone got the rights to the book and made the game, and like the original author is like really mad about it.
Oh
because
shit.
people only care about the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So look at looks like the first book was in '92. It looks like.
Damn.
Yeah, fantasy series of novels and short stories written by Polish author. I'm not even gonna try to say it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm giving it props and some credit because based on the trailer, they're giving me something that Game of Thrones did not, which was giant fucking spiders.
Was Game of Thrones supposed to do that?
And where's the elephants?
Yeah, motherfucker. Well, they're supposed to be ice spiders. Remember the old ladies like, an ice spider.
Yeah.
His size is a tangerine.
I remember that.
Michael Caine was in that. You guys didn't know that.
Thank
Michael
you for. I love like your random tangerine drops. It's so good. I never expect them.
It's just like Michael Caine in a wig. Ice spiders, the size of a tangerine. I was like, yeah,
Who else
it's
has
about like Ramsay Snow taking over Winterfell. Some men can be buoyed. Some men just want to watch the blood burn. Oh god, Dark Knight quotes and Game of Thrones. I am all for that.
Perfect.
Put it in a box, wrap it up. Well, there was some cool toy news that I was excited about from Comic-Con. One of which is it's a box set, and I believe it's from Marvel, the Marvel Legends series, and I think it's called Love Triangle, and
Okay.
it features Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops.
Oh.
And let me tell you why I'm excited for this series. One, the Wolverine in this packaging has bone claws. They've yet to have done a bone clawed Wolverine action figure. So you sold me on that. Two, this Cyclops features Cyclops wearing his leather jacket. And it also comes with two Cyclops heads. So you just actually have him without the mask and just wearing the red sunglasses. So I'm all for that. And finally, we're getting a Jean Grey figure. They haven't had a decent Jean Grey figure in God knows how long. And I'm super excited for that. They, Hasbro, with their figures, they recreated the Jim Lee interconnecting covers.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool.
And people in the circles that I communicate in were losing their minds because there was a new Jean Grey figure in there, and like, oh my god, it's gonna be a new Jean Grey, and that was totally me doing an impression of myself, and
Posting anonymously.
Yeah, right. And they're also doing a 2-pack of Havoc and Polaris from the '90s X Factor. And it is
Beta couple.
It is super 90s, like just the costuming. It's great. And they're doing an Age of Apocalypse series where the Build-A-Figure is going to be Strong Guy, also of X Factor, which is weird because Strong Guy wasn't in, at least, well, he was, but not like the regular 616 Strong Guy. But whatever, getting a Strong Guy figure, totally cool with it. And I'm trying to think what else that they were announcing. And they're finally doing a sweet Doctor Doom. I'm excited because, that means I'm finally going to get my 90s X-Men figures complete, like in all of their 90s glory. Like, do you know how happy I am that I have a Professor Xavier figure? You know how long I've wanted one of those? A long fucking time.
It'd be real cool
I remember
if they had one that had magnets in the bottom of it and then a platform underneath to make him float.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be very cool.
Yeah, and they also, you know what? It's so funny because since the rights went back, or not go back, but now that everything is under the same house, so to speak, Marvel Legends has been pushing X-Men like crazy because we got like Professor Xavier, we got '90s Gambit, '90s Jubilee, we got Mr. Sinister, Mystique, Magneto, Pietro, Scarlet Witch. It's
the whole gang.
Oh, and I just got this, and I'm super excited.
Ooh, with fabric wing things. So cool.
For those of you listening, it's Storm.
90s Storm in the white suit. Yes. So, they also did like 80s Dazzler, which I'm super pumped about.
Cool.
Yeah. 80s Dazzler. So yeah, it's amazing that I'm getting all of these because I've loved X-Men all my life, and and they also did something that was really neat. They did like an X Factor Cyclops in his white and blue uniform. And one of my favorite things that they did, he comes with 2 heads. One where he just looks like he's contemplating life, and the other is...
Nice.
And he's angry about it!
That's such a
so
long
cool.
plastic piece to put there, too.
I love it.
That's pretty neat.
I just imagine when I'm home alone, I just run around with it with him screaming, Gene, no! It's great.
Scott!
Yeah. Yeah. And they also did like a Silver Samurai figure, which is pretty boss, which is a thing.
Actual silver. So cool. Wow, that's really good.
Just
well
like
done.
in the Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah, no, the quality of these figures, man, I'm digging. I love like the Scarlet Witch, like her face sculpt. Amazon has exclusives. They had like a 3-pack. I think it was called Family Matters. Very sad that Carl Winslow wasn't in it, but we got Magneto, Quicksilver,
It's
and
a rare condition this day and age.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's so funny. And then with Magneto, I just lost my lighting there. Hold on. When with Magneto, when you like kind of pull his button, he actually will say, "Did I do that?" but I love that he comes with 2 heads, right? So you have where he's like calm, contemplative, maybe I won't destroy the world today, and then there's like, fuck this shit, motherfucker.
Kill them all.
He's like, it's just him totally going metal, it's like, yeah. Anyway, Hasbro, I know you're not listening, but thank you, because you're doing it right. You're making this fanboy happy. I mean, the figures have been phenomenal. Doctor Doom looks fantastic. The texturing of the cape, it's good stuff. And the fact that, I'm getting a Jean Grey, so I'm going to have my 90s X-Men. and then I can finally make my stop motion X-Men movie.
There you go.
X-Men: The Last Stand.
The last
It's actually going to be called Children of the Atom.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's going to deal with a lot of today's current issues, as well as, and this is going to be a twist. This has not been done before in any of the X-Men tellings, but there has been a narrative thread that has always been there, but never been tugged, and that is the romance between Charles Xavier and Eric Lensher.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Gay it up.
Oh, I will. I tried to do a little foreshadowing with the tug joke.
Do either of you guys have a Nintendo Switch?
No,
do.
I want one because I want to get Marvel Alliance 3.
I got it today. It's so
did?
cool. I did.
Man, it
That's-
came out on my birthday too, and
That's
I was
the
like, I
game
want to
that
get it.
Pete and I were marathon playing.
Is it good? Do you like it? Tell me
Nice.
everything.
So the X-Men
Yeah, it's fun,
outfits
yeah.
are all 90s.
Yes.
And like,
Yes.
there's 32 characters that you can get in game currently, and they have Colossus and I think Cyclops' free DLC that are going to be coming out. And they're also going to be adding Moon Knight, Blade, and I think Mephisto.
Sweet.
As-
Oh no.
as free
Paul,
DLC.
hang in there.
And I'm like, I don't know how many hours deep, but I think I'm close to done. It's
Oh wow.
so
I'm like in the first stage still.
I want to get it. So,
Yeah.
answer this for me: is the Switch worth it?
yes.
I think so.
I've heard someone told me, Derek Nail, if you're listening, I'm quoting you. Sorry if I butcher the quote. That one of the Zelda games, that alone is worth getting the Switch, and then like throwing
Yeah,
in
Breath of the
like,
Wild. Mm-hmm.
I've heard mixed things about Zelda.
Okay,
like-
okay.
I've never been huge on Zelda. I played like Ocarina
well,
of Time
no,
and Majora's
well,
Mask,
well.
but like
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, I've never been super into it. But
Okay.
like playing Super Smash Brothers and like
I heard that's good.
Valhalla,
Yeah.
I don't have Cuphead yet, but I'm probably going to get it. There's a lot of stuff you can get in, and like the fact that you can just pick it up and carry it around everywhere.
That's pretty rad.
Right.
I
It's
do like
a
that.
real fun, like it's like a good co-op system too. Like you and Angela can just like plop down on the couch and just play like Mario Kart for
Yeah.
like hours.
See, I
Yeah.
want that. It's just the price tag, $300. It's a little high for me right now. But the
Yeah.
consensus to my panel, my question to the panel: is it worth the $300? Tell me now. Now, go now. What the fuck you waiting for? Tell me.
I didn't pay $300 for it, so like I can't say yes or no on that part. But like if you go on eBay, you can find one for way cheaper.
Okay.
I would get one if you can, but I would explore cheaper options first with eBay. That's just what I would do.
I get nervous buying electronics from eBay because I'm afraid I'm gonna buy a Switch and I get a dildo in the mail, and one that doesn't even like work, and it doesn't even fucking vibrate.
Just like
what
make
the
sure
fuck?
you read the details properly, because sometimes they'll say like, "Oh, for spare parts and shit like that," and like people will try and scam you. But like, I've bought technology on eBay and I've not had any problems.
Okay. Chandler, how about you? Is it worth the money?
I think it's worth the money. I mean, like I'm a diehard traditional Pokemon player, so like that's like where the next generation games are coming. So I'm like
Yep.
obviously like a pre-sold customer, and like I love RPGs and I love like the core Nintendo titles like Mario and all that kind of stuff. So it's no brainer for me.
Okay. All
They
right,
have
because
the Switch Lite or something like that too, right? Or is that just for handheld? They have a new, cheaper one coming out.
Yeah, they're doing the light, but that's not. It doesn't have like TV capability, so it's not
Okay,
gonna be fun to like.
that's why
It's
I
like kind
wasn't
of for
sure
one
of.
person to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure of that. I wasn't sure if it was just handheld or not, or if it had TV capability too. Just pay the $300 and you fucking get a Switch. It's awesome.
Okay, yeah, I really want to get it. And I was gonna be like, ooh, because the game came out. Was it July 19th?
Came
All right.
out
Well, my
Friday.
birthday's the 20th, so yeah. So I'm thinking, oh, this would be a great because Angela's birthday's on the 23rd. This is something we can do together, and I saw the price tag, and I was like, it's this or, paying bills.
Listeners, send Paul a Switch.
So, like...
Yeah, motherfucker!
What's really cool, too, is some of the they have a lot of characters they wouldn't really expect to be starting characters, too. Like, I don't know the Eternals chick name that's, like, the princess or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Chandler, do you know who I'm talking about? You had to have...
Wait, this is in the Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah.
And she's an Eternal, or she's an Inhuman?
Inhuman, sorry.
Okay, is it Medusa?
No.
Is it...
Medusa's a queen. She's got
there's like Cersei?
Is that the girl with the black bar in her hair?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
She's
I know who you're talking about.
And
cool.
I haven't played as her, but somebody said that Lockjaw might be used by her.
Ooh.
And, like, Miles Morales is in it. Kamala Khan is in it.
Come on.
And these are all characters that, like, you get within, like, the first chapter of the game, pretty much.
Crystal. That's her name.
Okay. I'm not...
She's Inhuman, not Eternal.
Yeah, I misspoke.
Right. Yeah, you did, motherfucker.
Well, actually...
Excuse me, James. Upfront question. Or more like a statement, if you will, please. Two statements. One, I'm lonely. Two...
I'll say also...
Crystal!
With the multiplayer, it makes things a lot easier for getting, like, certain unlockable things throughout the game. And there are, like, bonus costumes for certain characters, too, as you play along. Ultimate Alliance is a lot of fun. I wish they carried over some things. Like, how Ultimate Alliance 2 had the... If you have, like, Human Torch and Storm, how you can create a fire tornado special attack thing. They don't have that in this one.
Oh, that's wackadoo.
It's unfortunate, but...
It is. It sounds like it. Well, shit. I'm gonna have to play it. I like that there's a lot of X-Men characters in it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, you can play Snipewire.
You know what I hope? Again, everything going back to Marvel or Disney, whomever. Hoping that they do another Marvel versus Capcom and we get some fucking Storm and Wolverine in that shit.
I want to take you for a ride. I want to take you for a ride.
I want some schnickety schnick, and I want, like, Storm to make it rain.
Yes.
Make them thunder clap. Thunder clap, baby.
Yes.
It's a joke about clapping them butt cheeks and lightning come flying out. These are, yeah.
That last one was a huge flop, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was a flop, maybe. I mean, I still played it. It was fun. I had fun playing it. But it's like, fuck, man. It's Marvel versus Capcom, not shitty fucking licensing agreements versus Capcom.
Right.
Savage.
I know. Burn, baby, burn. I mean, I love playing Storm and Wolverine and The Thing. Like, I hate it. It's basically just like Marvel Studios Avengers versus Capcom.
Was The Thing in it?
People we have rights to.
Yeah.
I don't remember The Thing.
Maybe I thought he was in it. I'm gonna double check. See, where's Rob when you need him? Rob would be all.
He might have been in the second one.
I think.
I don't remember any Fantastic Four members being in any of the Marvel vs. Capcom.
Capcom.
I want another, like, Ghost Rider thing. That'd be dope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or, like, done right.
God. You know, I would love to see them do it like a new X-Men game, too, at some point.
That'd be cool.
Oh, man.
What?
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's not even on the Switch. I would totally buy it if it was. They might port it later in like next year or something.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I know that Netflix is getting added to the Switch soon.
What was that?
Netflix is getting added to the Switch soon.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not, but
Yeah, they're like really bare with the software, but whatever.
they got Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu. What
What
you
are
do with all that
we-
Hulu?
What are we missing here? We got the Steven Universe trailer or movie trailer. That came
Oh
out.
yeah, that looks real fucking good.
I didn't see the last couple episodes, but
Oh Jay, what? Why are you doing this to me?
because I couldn't
You
find somewhere to illegally stream it.
But you can buy cheap Switches on eBay. Inconsistent, Jay.
No, I bought
What
a cheap
is happening?
Switch in Japan.
What is happening? This just in: imposter is on the podcast.
I spent like $250 for my
Imposter
Switch
cast.
in Japan.
I don't even know you anymore.
It was dope.
Do you even switch, bro?
Sometimes.
Well, it's great. I would love to talk to you about that. I know Angela definitely wants to do a Steven Universe episode at some point. I am kind of surprised how much I fell in love with that show,
Yeah, it's really great. It's
and I love.
real heartwarming, and like you build attachment to characters, not even just Steven.
Oh yeah, I know. The biggest takeaway for me watching the trailer for the movie, Steven has a neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like growing
he's
up.
growing up.
Oh, sorry. I never watched the show.
Oh, Chandler,
Well,
man,
before
you
he
gotta
was
do
just
it.
like a body with a circular head attached to it. Opposed
Just
to,
a
like, having
potato
a-
man.
Pretty much, yeah. Or like a
Mr. Tater Man. Yeah, no, that looks so good, Chandler. You gotta watch it, man, because
Okay.
it's good.
watermelon. I think
If-
you'd like Steven Universe.
It's
No,
very-
I've heard good things.
yeah,
so,
it's good.
yeah, it's
if you
definitely on my
like,
list.
if you like friendship and
Duh.
music,
Who doesn't?
and magical girls, but the main character's a
all over.
magical
Lots of
boy.
gay shit.
Mm-hmm.
All about that gay shit.
Lots of it.
Hollabacker.
Like Britain didn't play. Like they cut scenes because of how gay something was for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
wow.
like gay marriages and shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's hella progressive.
it is. They were like, hey, gay person, do you take this other gay person to be gay for eternity? I mean, they were really.
Hi, gay. I'm
they
Dad.
were hammering it home to say,
Wow.
hey, we're on the level with all you gays.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. That was a
I
good
mean, I
episode.
support it. Yeah, it was good. Ruby Rider. That song was stuck in my head for too long.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. But I was okay with it.
What's one that gets stuck in my head normally?
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
No, I think the take a moment one. You know what I'm talking about? When Garnet is trying to help Stefani with the problems that they're having.
Yes,
Take
yes,
a moment to think about.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
that one gets
Steven's-
stuck in my head.
yeah. I think Steven's dad probably is my favorite character.
What's his name again?
Dad?
I, thought it was
I don't know.
Ronnie or something like, or I forget what it is.
I don't know. Hey, honey, what is Steven Universe's dad's name? Yeah,
Oh, Greg.
Greg.
Greg. Okay.
Greg.
Just Greg.
We were
Just
talking
Greg.
about. We were talking about Stefan, in his universe.
It's pronounced.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I'll watch those episodes and we can do a Steven Universe episode.
Hells to the yeah.
Then I guess just real quick, we should say that DC announced another season of the Titans, and
Jay, you must have been over the fucking moon when you heard that. You must have been like, there is a God, he heard me praying.
I forgot about it. We were supposed to finish that, and we never did.
I finished it.
You finished it?
Hell yeah, I did.
Well, I meant like we didn't finish reviewing it. I need to watch the last 3 episodes or whatever.
Do you need to though, Jay?
I don't need to.
I mean,
It's not worth it.
well, I think you should, because I think between the two of us, you and I would have a lot to talk about.
It would basically be like a how did this get made sort of thing.
A little bit, because
Okay.
Batman was in the season finale,
Awesome.
and you should see how furious I'm air quoting right now because
Heavy quotes.
the costume looked like they fucking dropped $50 at a fucking CVS and bought the Batman costume. Like, you know when people dress up as
So it was
Batman?
cosplaying.
Yeah.
Like college students dress up as Batman.
Yeah, well, you know, like when some people, when you go to a con where you see someone dressed up as Batman, but there's like their head doesn't fill out the whole mask, so
Yeah.
it just looks like somebody took a straw into their fucking skull and just, you know, like in the
So
can,
goofy.
kind of, yeah, like
Yep.
the ears are all bendy and their face doesn't fucking fill out because they're
Like a cosplay boyfriend.
yeah,
Ran
like
out of
they-
budget
Yeah,
towards the last episode.
That's what Batman looked like. I'm like, first of all, there is no way in hell Bruce Wayne would let himself go out looking like that. Even though the point is to not be seen, Bruce has standards.
No wonder Robin left.
He would be like, Alfred, iron my cowl. There are creases.
Man, that first episode where it was just like, oh, where's Batman? And he's just like, fuck Batman. And it's just like,
Oh, I know.
whoa, so edgy.
I know. That's what it was. Hey, I'm gonna set the tone in a simple, short sentence that's badass, but sets up what we're doing this season. I don't like authority figures, Batman. I don't like censorship, bro. Fuck
Man.
Batman.
Sidekicks with attitude.
Well, definitely, I'll finish that so we can get into it again. Because that
Yes,
series
please.
is fucking not great. But it's laughable how bad it was with a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So to continue further, we've got Flash Season 6, which I don't think I made it past Season 2.
Yeah.
Like, there's the Dark Flash or whatever his name was.
Reverse Flash.
Yeah, I got through all that with Season 2, and then they were going to do it Paradox, and I was just like, I'm good.
That first season of Flash was pretty great.
It was. And I like Season 2 also, but like, oof. Oof.
It looks like it was like kind of just overloaded with characters after a certain number of seasons, and it just like
it was
watered
like
it down.
everybody can run fast.
Oh, well then no one can run faster. Everyone can run fast.
Yeah, so then it's gonna be like, who's the slowest? Because they have the power.
Whoa.
And it's gonna be like,
Who's the most patient?
it's gonna be like the sloth. Like, hey guys, I found the formula.
Oh no.
And he's so
Next
slow.
season.
And it just makes everyone's brains melt by how slow he is. Like, that's how he bores the villain to death.
Yeah.
Tell me where the money is now. The money. And it's like,
All right. We got one more
Jay's
trailer.
like, fucking stop, Paul.
And on
We
that
got
note.
one more trailer to talk about. And then we've covered, I think, everything for San Diego. The Jay and Silent Bob trailer.
Oh, that looks good.
I haven't seen that.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
I know. I did not prepare for this episode, guys.
No, you
I'm so
didn't.
sorry.
It's fun. If you like Jay
Chandler
and
is
Silent
legit
Bob,
laying in bed right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's a fucking
feels
pillow
good.
and a nightie.
if you like Jay and
Yes.
Silent Bob, then you'll probably like this trailer.
Of course, I love Strikes Back and all that good stuff.
And like Clerks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it
how
looks
it's
entertaining.
basically I like how it's basically Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Like, instead of oh, we need to stop this movie, it's oh, we gotta stop this reboot.
Yeah. Like, nobody asked for it whatsoever, and yet here it is anyway.
Yep.
Sound
It's very
familiar?
welcome.
And they're like, look at the screen.
I love it.
Yeah. It'll
Still
be
haven't
fun.
seen Clerks 2.
You haven't seen Clerks 2?
No.
It's worth it. Rosario Dawson's in it. If that helps convince anything.
I mean, I would have watched it anyway, but you know, I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't have that rush.
One of those, like, I'll get to it eventually sort of thing, and then you kind of forget about it.
Was it in color? Like Clerks was in. First one was black and white, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
so I guess-
The second one starts off black and white for like 5 minutes, and then like
Mhm.
goes to full color.
Okay.
You know, I think it would have been amazing if they had kept it in black and white, but like make it so that every time you go into the store, you're black and white.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Well, then it gets kind of sci-fi, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, why am I like this right now?
Yeah. And if you were in the first movie, you're always black and white. So if you show up in this reboot or whatever the fuck they're doing, like you're in black and white, everyone's in color but you.
Now it's like a caste system and like it's like dystopic.
Yeah. And it's like once you get the budget follows you.
Yeah.
I was in a sequel.
We don't take no monochromes here.
Yeah.
I was in Strikes Back, damn it.
I love Will Ferrell. One of my favorite lines when he's like, fuck beans, that was them, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Will Ferrell was even. I should rewatch it.
Yeah, that, and I will say, oh my god, Tracy Morgan. Where Jay's like when Jay's giving them the whole plot up until that point, and he's like, "Man, I don't know what the fuck you just said, little kid, but you special, man."
What order? When did Dogma come out? Like, was that like between
Before.
Clerks or after Clerks? Huh?
Dogma was after Clerks and before.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jay and Silent Bob was supposed to be like the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't.
Then they became out with Clerks too.
Yeah. You know, it'd be kind of interesting to rewatch those movies, because I haven't watched Clerks, Mallrats,
The first cinematic universe.
yeah. Was it Walt Flanagan's dog? Yeah, Chasing Amy, Dogma. I haven't seen any of those movies in a long
I don't think
fucking
I've seen
time.
Chasing Amy.
I think that was the less funny one, wasn't it? Do you remember, Chandler?
No, that's Dan's area.
Oh, okay. Spider-Man and Kevin Smith. I'll keep a note of that for if we
Yeah, totally.
if we do an episode. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, real quick, what have you been reading, watching, doing? Pop culture, nerd related.
I'm actually watching Attack on Titan again for the first time since 2013.
Whoa! Yeah. Talk about going back in time. Gotta
Overdue.
get back in time.
It's
So
on
it's pretty
Netflix
good.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like 3 seasons are on Netflix right now.
Damn.
I haven't thought about Attack on Titan in a long.
Yeah, it just kind of like lost all momentum
time.
after a while.
It did. Remember, it was the biggest. It was like
Huge.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like a big hiatus between chapters, right? Or like the anime seasons.
It
Yeah.
was a huge jump, like, between the seasons. It went from, like, 2013 to, I want to say 2016 or 2017.
Okay.
And, like,
yeah,
it
that'll kill
lost
it.
all momentum. One Punch Man came out in between, as well as My Hero Academia. And anyone that gave a shit about Attack on Titan immediately was just like, what punch?
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, what's a Titan?" I don't even remember. Is the manga still ongoing?
Correct.
I'm not sure.
Yes, it is. And the anime is not going to continue on until 2020 for the next season, but it'll be the final season, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Now, what's going on with Berserk? That's still ongoing, right?
Yep. Yep.
Is there an ending to that anytime soon?
Couldn't tell you. That dude's a fucking mystery. It
was like a decade hiatus, wasn't it?
That dude, fuck him. Like, he's so good at writing the story, and he's just like, nope, I'm gonna play video games instead.
Fuck you guys.
Like, nope, I got paid. I don't give a shit.
Fuck you, nerds.
You want the Berserk leather edition, where it's fucking $60 for 2.5 chapters? Ugh.
I will say that edition does look pretty nice.
It looks so nice. It really does, but I can't, like, take the bait. I have to convince myself not to. I have limited store credit. I'm only working one convention now.
Man.
So
It's like that famous line from Berserk, "The times they are changing."
yes, that's true.
I think Guts said that.
It might have been Puck.
I don't know. I just remember like Guts walks out and Griffith is like taking a bath, and Guts is all like, "Hey, bro, like, are you okay? Looks like you've been through some shit, and you're contemplating like what we're doing." And he's all like, "Good times are a changing," and I was like,
So is Griffith.
I was like, what fucking shitty edition did I buy? Where it's like Bob Dylan is the voice of Griffith and Guts.
So,
anyway.
Man, have you watched the outtakes for the 90s show?
No, I don't believe I have.
You should YouTube those.
Yeah.
Because like
good?
at one point, like they're going down. Remember the scene where they're going down the spiral staircase to get to Griffith when he's in the chambers?
Yeah.
At one point, the voice actors just start singing Metallica, and they're just like, "Darkness is filling me." Like all sorts of good shit like that.
Good. Then I shall check it out.
Sure, there anything else for you?
Nope. That's about it.
All right.
I've actually been like watching like a bunch of like Marvel stuff, like bonus feature stuff. Just kind of like behind the scenes stuff for Iron Man 2, and like I didn't realize how much like work went into it because they had so much pressure because they wanted to top the first Iron Man.
You know,
and also they had less time to make it.
Right? Yeah, that's true. I think Iron Man 2 is underrated for
totally
for the conditions that made it. That shit could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
And it's solid. I mean, you get Sam Rockwell, who's like fantastic in that. But anywho, another podcast for another day.
Totally.
I've just been playing Ultimate Alliance for the most part. I'm watching anime, but if you listen to our last episode, you'll get my reviews on that. I'm tired.
I'll just say real quick, still reading all the X-Men, and I made it to the Age of Apocalypse. So I went from like 1963 to somewhere in the 90s with the Age of Apocalypse, and I am kind of amazed how much I'm enjoying 90s X-Men. Because people love to really kind of crap on 90s X-Men, but I'm enjoying it, and I am enjoying Age of Apocalypse to the point where like I kind of wish that like Marvel would do what DC does and just make some straight to DVD animated movies on big comic book events, like how they're doing Hush, you know, or Dark Knight Returns. Like fuck, do like House of M, do Age of Apocalypse. It's great. I love it. Yeah, it's good stuff. But thank you all for listening and who have been continuing to listen. Thank you for following us through our transition. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our website, graphicmultiverse.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And as always, enjoyeth thy issue.